Hi, I'm Eric Knowles, President of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to our Member Connection. But before we get started, a word from one of our supporters. Hi, and welcome back. And yeah, as I said, I'm always excited about doing this show. You know, it's the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce Member Connection, and I am truly excited to we have two guests today. We have Miss Stephanie Jones, who's the president of Convey Health Solutions, and we have Miss Ameerah Whitaker. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
No, absolutely. I just getting the year started again and having you on is it's great. You know, Convey Health Solutions. But before we get to that, I want to learn a little bit about who Stephanie Jones is and Miss Ameerah Whitaker. What I understand, you are a native Miami.
Yes, absolutely.
Talk about that a little bit.
Sure. I grew up in Allapattah, which is a little suburb within Liberty
Hold up,
City.
wait a minute, wait, hold up. Allapattah, where? What street?
Allapattah, Northwest 41st Street, 13th Avenue.
You were a little south of me. I grew up on 52nd and 14th.
By the park, Manor Park?
Yeah,
over there?
yeah. I went to Orchard Villa and I went to Allapattah.
Okay. Oh, wow. I went to Allapattah Elementary, Allapattah Middle, and then I graduated from Miami-Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Edison Red Raider. So
I had some friends there.
So you grew up in Miami and
Yep, grew up in Miami. I have 4 other siblings. My parents, my mom was a nurse. My dad was a veteran. He worked for the VA hospital all of his career. We went to Antioch Missionary Baptist Church of Brownsville. Again, rooted in the community. Yeah, rooted in the community. I went to college at FAU for a few years, and I ultimately graduated from Nova Southeastern University. I have my master's degree from Nova. I married my college sweetheart. We have 2 boys. They live in LA. And, you know, I think now at this time in my career, I'm looking to just really get more involved in the community. I'm on the board for Girl Power Rocks, which you're a big supporter, and I appreciate that.
Love my friend Thema.
Yeah. So that's why I'm here, hoping to get Convey Health's name out there and to see how we can contribute more to the community.
Okay. Miss Ameerah?
Hi, I'm Ameerah Whitaker. I am a vice president of operations at Convey Health. I am not a Miami native. I'm actually originally.
We won't hold that against you.
Not this week, anyway. I'm originally from Philadelphia.
Okay.
So we got a win to celebrate this week. Yeah. We're riding that high. I moved to South Florida 5 years ago. It's been now to come and work for Stephanie at Convey Health Solutions. In my time here in South Florida, you know, Miami-Dade, Broward County, I think as a transport, I've felt very welcomed. And I love the sense of community that we have here, and looking forward to working with Stephanie just to not only branch out personally, but also professionally with some of the organizations, Girl Power Rocks. We're going to do the walk. City of Miramar 5K this Saturday. So just looking forward to engaging more.
All right, from Philly. I know you don't miss that snow.
I don't. Not at all.
Just a little sidebar. Actually, I grew up in Miami. I'm actually Bahamian on my father's side, who a lot of us are here in South Florida. But I also grew up outside of Buffalo.
Okay.
So I
Oh,
feel
you own a couple shovels.
yeah, I did. Yeah, and
Awesome.
sleds and ice skates and all of that. So I've been
beautiful to visit, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'll ever move back.
So Stephanie, Convey
Yes.
Health Solutions. You know, you and I had an opportunity to talk a couple of days ago about some of the things that you do. And we talked about logistics and that whole movement of goods and services. But tell us about Convey and who you are.
Sure. So Convey Health was originally founded in 2001 by a businessman, a technologist, and a doctor. It was originally called Nations Health when we were founded. And some years later, we changed the name to Convey Health Solutions. Today, we are a $420 million business, total revenue annually. At the core of what we do, we are a software and services company that markets to health insurance companies. So when you think of health insurance plans like Cigna, United, Aetna, those are our clients. We serve 9 of the top 10 health plans in the country. We have about 4 businesses, I would say, within our enterprise. We have a consulting practice out of Chicago. We have an analytics business also out of Chicago. Those were companies that we acquired later on. But our core business that we started here in South Florida are 2 businesses. We have an over-the-counter mail order business where we ship products from our warehouse to Medicare beneficiaries to their homes. So things like aspirin, diapers, you name it, anything that's appropriate for a Medicare beneficiary. We partner with the health plan. We contract with them directly to provide these goods and services to their membership. So that's one part of our business. That business is primarily based out of our Port St. Lucie office, but we have distribution centers in Kansas as well as Las Vegas. The other part of the business, which Ameerah and I lead, is what we call advanced plan administration. But to simplify it, it's really outsourced solutions for health plans. So we provide the software and the operational support for a health plan that wants to outsource their business. So when you call Cigna or you call United, you may be speaking to someone on our team. So we built a proprietary software back in 2005 to really appeal specifically to the Medicare industry. Working with Medicare, which is regulated by CMS, the government, is very complicated. They don't make anything easy. So the software needs to be sophisticated. It needs to be very specific to Medicare because the rules around Medicare insurance is very different than employer-based insurance. So we built that software. And on top of that, we provide the people support. Ameerah manages a team of probably 500 people in the US and the Philippines. And in total, our team at peak is about 1,500 employees.
And they're, as you said, throughout the U.S. as well as the Philippines.
Right. Yes.
And gosh, from an HR perspective, that's got to be quite, I don't know whether to say challenging, but very engaging.
Challenging is a good word. Challenging is a good word. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Especially now with the work at home environment. Even just once you onboard new employees, how do you manage them? How do you make sure they're productive? How do you make sure they're engaged? And how do you make sure that they're happy working for you? So it's a challenge in many aspects of the word. So,
and that is, you know, a thing that we're dealing with these days, the hybrid form of workers. You have workers that are either working in a space that you provide as a business, or it's a hybrid that they're working from home and working at your place of business or just at home. So obviously, you know, we're saying we're kind of post-pandemic, but I think we're still dealing with the pandemic.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you and I talked about logistics and that whole thing of moving product. And Ameerah, you have 500 folks underneath you. Talk about that a little bit. That whole challenge of managing that. And what does it entail?
It entails a lot of day-to-day hands-on in order to operate efficiently. I think the thing for me is to remind people in ways that they remember the mission, right? So we talk about administrative simplification, but at the end of the day, the population we serve are the seniors in our community. So we're doing it on behalf of a health plan. We're an extension of the health plan. we're servicing people's mothers and grandmothers and loved ones. So reminding the team, whether you can see them and put a poster in front of them every day, or you're in a Zoom meeting and you're doing that, or going to visit them in the different locations, bringing them into the office for team building, keeping at the forefront of what we do, why we're doing what we do, is one of the things that we keep top of mind. Also, there's a lot of engagement that needs to occur, a lot of team building activities, giving people a space where they feel safe and they can come and talk to you one-on-one, not limiting opportunities for individual engagement or team engagement, are things that we've had to tackle over the last couple of years.
Right. Yeah. And again, speaking about the last couple of years, and then Stephanie was going into the whole thing of supply chain and logistics.
Yes.
And obviously what you do is move a lot of product.
Right.
So how has the pandemic impacted you in your business model?
Oh, it's been challenging. I think the over-the-counter benefit is one that the Medicare industry or the healthcare industry really relies on to attract membership. It's supposed to be that product that's going to set them apart from their competitors, because this industry is extremely competitive, and one wrong move or one poor service experience could cause our client and that health plan to lose that member to their competition. So, that's also important to us to retain our client relationships, but also deliver to the membership. And so, of course, with supply chain challenges that everyone's facing, it's not just Convey, and I'm sure our other OTC competitors and counterparts are experiencing the same thing. But, Medicare has specific regulations in place that indicate we have to get that product to a member within X days.
Right.
Say it's 3 days, say it's 5 days. And oftentimes, because we can't get product for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, the product that they've selected is not available. And so I think what we try to do, we have a white glove service. I think, our business was founded on people. It wasn't necessarily intended to be a technology business when we first started.
Right.
It was a call center business. It was founded on the principles of serving Medicare beneficiaries with good customer service. And so we continue to do that. And so one of the things that we do, obviously, when we have supply chain issues, we use the people at our disposal to make those outbound calls, to communicate with the membership, to ensure that they know what's going on. We keep that line of communication open. So that's a good thing about having facilities in the Philippines, in the U.S., in multiple locations. We have the bandwidth and the capacity within our sites most times to be able to do those additional services.
Wow. You and I were talking, and I would think that I'm like the healthiest guy in the world, but I've had to take a little blood pressure medicine, and and I was fighting it for many years. I don't know, like 5-6 years ago, doctor said, well, your blood pressure's kind of rising, and well, you need to try to treat it, and usually they say you can lose weight, but saying too much weight.
You don't have any. You don't have any.
So I pushed it off, but then it started to rise. And so my point in saying all that, I received that medication in the mail. So it is so convenient, and it's through Medicare.
Okay.
And it's so convenient not having to go to a particular drugstore, and stand in a line and wait for that. So that is an awesome service that you are providing, and didn't know that, as you said, that you as a back end are doing this and making that happen for those of us who need to have medication. Ameerah, I know you talked about things that you're doing in the community and getting more engaged in the community. Miami-Dade County, I kind of honed my skills from being a community relations person, working in Coconut Grove, and then working with the Miami Dolphins as community relations director and government affairs. So tell us a little bit about the initiatives that you all are embarking on.
So supporting things like the Girl Power Rocks, the Miramar Mayor's 5K. We did another, what was it? The
Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes-Benz 5K. So getting Convey's name out into the community, having hiring events, partnering with some of the local colleges for internships and bringing on fresh talent. We just did a revamp of one of our departments where we targeted specifically recent college graduates.
Okay.
So people who had an interest in the industry, making sure that they had an opportunity to hone their skills, experience something. So not specifically just for the job that they were hired for, but also giving them exposure to other departments within the organization. So as they were learning and growing, determining, who it is they wanted to be when they grew up, giving them a firsthand experience as to the different things that they can experience.
So,
that particular partnership was with Florida Memorial University.
Right.
So,
and I'm going to ask you, you said, reaching out to young folks who
Yes.
want to start a career. So what is that career?
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
I'll take that one. Okay. I mean, I think our business is so diverse, and I talked about our Chicago offices and what they do, our South Florida offices, but even within all of our 4 businesses, we have operations positions.
Okay.
We have technology positions.
Okay.
We have reporting and analytics. We have accounting, finance,
Okay.
human resources. So pretty much any path that you want to take, you could find that path within Convey. Sales. Most of our positions, I would say, have some client-facing element to them. Even if you're not really that point of contact for our customers or our client, we try to get most of our professional level, even the early professionals, engaged with clients, being able to hone their presentation skills. We're doing a women's summit on March 8th, March
Okay.
7th through 9th.
Women's History Month.
Yeah, and one of the things we're doing there is really helping them hone their communication skills, leadership skills. So all of those things are important in all of our roles. But again, I think if someone wants to come into our organization, there's a path that they could take that's not necessarily one specific path.
Right. Now, you talk about being engaged in the community. Obviously, you became engaged with the chamber.
Yes.
And we truly appreciate that. What would you like to tell our audience? We have, just a little bit time left about Convey and, what you're looking to do in the future.
Sure. Our CEO, Stephen Farrell, is very passionate about diversity. A couple years ago, maybe several years ago, he tackled women's issues and making sure that we had a more diverse executive leadership team. When I first joined the organization, we may have had one woman executive.
Wow.
And today we have 3 senior level executives on the executive leadership team. But VP and above, we probably have 20% of our executive team, if not more, are women. So that was something that he consciously did. Now, he's really focused on tackling diversity and making sure that our workplace is representative of the communities that we're a part of. I would argue that our organization is already very diverse. We target markets in which we look to expand into for diverse communities. And so diversity is important. And that's the next thing I think he really wants to focus in on.
Well, that's great. As always, I wish we had more time.
Sorry.
If someone wants to learn more about Convey, how can they do that?
ConveyHealthSolutions.com is our website. Ameerah and I are both on LinkedIn as well, and we're active, again, trying to get more active in the community through Girl Power and the Chamber. So,
okay. And if you want to know more about the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, go to www.m-dcc.org. They tell me I don't have to use a www anymore, or you can call 305-751-8648. This has been the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce Member Connection. Proud graduate of Miami-Dade College and the 5th president of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, I'm honored to return to the college that prepared me to become a leader in our community, providing an education second to none. So I'm asking you to please tune in every Monday at 12 noon to the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce's Member Connection, as I interview members of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce on our Facebook page at Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce or our YouTube channel, Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. To learn more about the Chamber, please go to m-dcc.org or call the Chamber at 751-8648.